Hello everyone, and welcome to my Days of Our Lives official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. EJ's most recent move develops Tate's apprehension, and Xander requests that Sarah move in. Sarah leaves Xander's extra room in a dark shirt to find him cooking haggis with neeps and tatties, aka mash of turnip and potato. He planned to acquire her morning meal bed, consciously thumping first, obviously. He wouldn't attempt to jump in there while she was sleeping. He could have done that, Sarah says incoherently. Trip seriously gets back home from the medical clinic to Wendy, who's leaving for Hong Kong this evening. He remorsefully says he can't go with her since he stresses Ava is associated with Salem's medication exchange. Wendy comprehends that Ava needs him now like never before and regards him for needing to deal with his loved ones. Trip asks how this affects them. At the police headquarters, Justin declares that EJ persuaded the appointed authority that Tate is a flight risk as a result of his family's riches, which is the reason the appointed authority renounced his bail. Tate interferes with his folks' freak on a mission to ask what will befall him. Justin makes sense of Tate would be shipped off adolescent lobby, however he'll document an allure and afterward investigate different choices. Alex needs to toss cash at the issue, yet Justin makes sense of that is not the way in which the framework works. A smiling EJ walks in. Brady is prevented from lunging at the sly DA by Alex, Justin, and Rafe. More, Sarah and Xander face each other as Steve Burton returns to General Hospital with coffee mugs, perched on the back of his couch. She only wears a t-shirt that covers her legs. He is dressed in a black t-shirt and sweats. Sarah and Xander drink espresso as they wonder over their girl's improvement from her fever. Xander's sorry Sarah's New Year's Eve plans were destroyed. Sarah streaks back to their 12 p.m. kiss. I wouldn't agree that they were demolished. At the point when Xander races to really focus on a crying Victoria, Sarah contacts her lips, smiling. At the point when Xander gets back with Victoria, he finds Sarah's done and adored her Scottish breakfast. A discussion over the right way to express the word scone drives Sarah to trust Victoria gets Xander's inflection. He's trusting their girl takes after Sarah's family, all things being equal, finished with an American inflection since he prefers everything about her. Subsequent to trading a charged look, Sarah prepares to bring Victoria back home with her. More, spilled Chicago fire reviews potential person passing. Alex and Justin flank Brady, keeping him down in the police headquarters. Before him, Rafe puts a hand out to Brady's chest. EJ announces in the squad room that Tate will be charged as an adult and detained with the other inmates at the local jail. Justin contends that the law doesn't uphold that for ownership. EJ is aware of this. So, what about manslaughter or attempted murder for selling dangerous drugs that kill children and nearly killed his stepdaughter? Teresa inquires as to whether he can do that. If the offense is appropriate, Justin asserts that he can charge a minor as an adult. Alex realized they ought to have gotten another attorney. Justin hollers at his child for not knowing what he's talking about. Then, Alex blames EJ for having the appointed authority powerless to resist him. He moves toward EJ, yet Tate hollers for them to stop. He frantically asks his mom not to allow them to send him to prison. More, what Kristen's return could mean. Wendy rests Trip back on the sofa, kissing him. Trip suggests they continue their long-distance relationship at the apartment, but Wendy is aware that it will be too far away. She thinks often about him so much, yet she doesn't anticipate that he should hang tight for her. He wouldn't need her sitting tight for him by the same token. Tears well as they spout over how awesome the other is. They enthusiastically kiss and rest back on the sofa. Sarah arrives at Xander's dressed for New Year's Eve and jokes about going on a walk of shame. He calls her delightful regardless of what she wears, or doesn't wear. As they ungracefully make casual banter, Xander requests that she move in there forever with our girl. Sarah claims that Maggie makes her too anxious to leave. Xander inquires as to whether she's only searching for motivation to say no. More, Magnum Private Investigator stars straightforward response to series finale. Sarah glances back at Xander, who goes after her elbow. While she is wearing a sheer red dress, he is sporting a black t-shirt. Sarah admits it because it's hard to live together. Xander raises their kiss. She says it was a seemingly out-of-the-blue thing, yet Xander concedes he's needed to kiss her for quite a while. She has as well. Xander knew for sure. She calls their kiss astonishing, similar to all their others, however she's terrified of going excessively quick and lamenting falling frantically enamored with him once more. Xander guarantees they'd simply be co-nurturing and that he'd regard her limits. Sarah says she's willing to give it a shot after they share their silly boundaries lists. He joyfully gives her a bunch of keys. Tate expresses his fear in private at the station with his parents. Brady and Teresa say they will fight like hell to show that he is not guilty. EJ says nearby that Tate didn't call 911 when he found Holly, even if the drugs weren't his. This could be a factor in whether or not Holly survives. EJ says Tate has sincere apologies, but it's too late. Moore returned to Pine Valley on 54th commemoration of AMC's debut. Brady and Teresa face Tate with worry at the police headquarters. Brady arrives at a hand to Tate's suit-covered shoulder. At the point when Teresa takes a gander at EJ's virus eyes, she doesn't see a spouse who's lamenting the departure of a youngster or a man passing on inside over his better half's misery. She simply sees harshness and contempt. Rafe teaches an official to get Tate changed and afterward requests to secretly address EJ. Teresa concurs with Alex that they ought to have gotten another legal counselor. In the cross-examination room, Rafe asks EJ what on God's green earth is the matter with him. As they banter his activities, Rafe desires EJ to ponder Johnny at Tate's age. How might it cause him to feel on the off chance that somebody was doing to him how he's treating Tate? More, what to expect from the Lifetime documentary Gypsy Rose Blanchard. EJ and Rafe look at each other gravely across the table in the interrogation room. Afterward, Tate returns in jail denim and embraces Teresa. Justin guarantees Tate they will battle this, and Brady vows to get him home in a hurry. Rafe gets back to remove Tate. We would have no desire to keep your new fellow prisoners standing by now, would we? EJ pompously muses. Teresa calls EJ a beast. Brady embraces his child, promising to do everything necessary to get him out of there. Rafe leaves Tate and leads the frightened adolescent off. This isn't finished, Brady immovably tells EJ. Not in the slightest. More, is Wendy truly gone? Holding her bag's handle, Wendy remains in her open entryway. She looks tearfully at Tripp across the apartment. As Wendy and Tripp orchestrate their garments at home, she takes note of her vehicle is not far off. She doesn't want Tripp to drive her to the airport because she thinks it would be too difficult. At the point when she goes to spruce up, Tripp slips a wooden Jenga block into her pack. She returns, and they firmly embrace. They let each know they love each other before she leaves. Wendy and Tripp rest on inverse sides of the entryway with falling tears and folding appearances. Steve Burton is out. Anything but that. Days of Our Lives comings and goings say that entertainer Steve Burton will never again be gracing the screen of the hit Peacock cleanser. It has been affirmed that the entertainer, who is most popular for his job as Harris Michaels on the show, will be leaving once his storyline is finished. Continue perusing beneath for all that you really want to be aware. Days of Our Lives letting the cat out of the bag, Steve Burton is out. As many fans can presumably review, Steve joined Days of Our Lives not long after he got the boot from General Medical Clinic in 2021. Both he and his previous GH castmate Ingo Rademacher were given up from the show after they wouldn't agree with the ABC organization's antibody commands at that point. Indeed, fortunately for Steve, it didn't take him extremely lengthy to find one more home as Days of Our Lives employed him soon after the antibody debate. In another meeting, Steve tended to exit from DOOL. He said, "Indeed, I just shot my last scenes here on Days of Our Lives, and I simply need to say, many thanks to the cast, to the team. It's been astounding. I can't trust it's been a year as of now. So, a huge thank you to the fans. It's simply, I'm generally so brimming with appreciation. So, thank you. Remain tuned. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.